How closely have you been following the war?
Not as closely as Marathon, but I do read it really like an hour a day. I in this era of choose your own news, I have such a hard time knowing what's going on. You read, like, you watch Fox News and they're just absolute cheerleaders for what's happening. Rah, rah, go American, wave the flag, etc. You watch other people and they're like, we're kind of fucking up. We only have so much like interceptor type stuff. And we've been in Ukraine for quite some time. We've been in Iran now. And if I'm China, or they mentioned someone else, China into Taiwan, or maybe Russia was the other. Like, I'm seeing America as low on reserves. Is it true? I have no idea. Apparently, we're low on munitions compared to where we want to be. But am I just being negative? Am I like rooting against Trump for some reason? I want to be pro-American. I don't like the war. I don't want to be in Iran. I feel like we're just. Is it because Israel has pedophile info on our president? Is that why we're really doing this?
Seems that way.
It's been, well, I mean, it's been this for decades. Like,
right?
This never happened. This is what they've always wanted.
On their behalf. We went into Syria. We went into Libya. We went into Afghanistan. Like, a lot of these people, like the high ups in Israel, they had a list of countries they wanted removed because it helps Israel become a regional hegemon. And Iran is like the grand poobah of those enemies. It's by far the most powerful. And so, like,
it seemed like some of the other ones,
for years.
Like ISIS, they felt like the new Taliban in Syria, and they were like spreading, and it was problematic. They were entering Iraq. Like, you could make an argument that there was some U.S. interest in there. Iran, like, they weren't threatening America.
No, I don't think we had any interest in any of those countries. I think all those wars were a big mistake, and all we can hope now is that this doesn't spin out of control. But like, again, like, Iran's the most serious of those countries, the most prepared.
Seems like it's going well.
You know, they're low on the totem pole compared to us militaristically, but
though.
everybody is.
When have we ever not started a war and been like, you know what? The first few days of breaking shit has gone pretty well. I really like. We're so good at breaking shit off the start, and then what? What's in this vacuum?
I don't know what the end game is, because
they won't tell us. If they have an end game, I can accept they don't want to tell us. Like, they may have an objective that they don't want to put out there and be measured on, or maybe they don't want to give out the objective because that tells Iran something.
So
they're
hoping that there are mixed reports, whether they're real or not, about the CIA arming the Kurds in Iraq, and they're saying there's already a land invasion by the Kurds into Iran. That would be something, and maybe if you could ever get that deposed prince or whatever to come back and take over, that would be huge if all that happened. But it seems like their military is like, it seems like there's like 1.5 million men spread across their military and police force that would rather it stay an autocratic fucking Islamic dictatorship or whatever it is. I don't know how you change a regime without boots on the ground. I really don't know how that gets done. You can kill them, but they'll just play whack-a-mole, and they'll just keep finding a new guy with a turban to be the supreme leader. You're not going to kill them all. It's like, I don't know how many of them there are, but I bet there's a bunch. So I don't know what the end game is there. As far as the munitions go, Trump basically said, and it made sense what he said. He said, we are running a little bit low on standoff munitions. We have fewer of those than we would like, but we used those to get rid of their air defense. So now we're dropping laser-guided 500, 1,000, and 2,000 pound bombs, of which we have an unlimited supply. And I think the reason for that is because, like, those Patriot missile interceptors cost about $4 million a piece. I think we're on pace to be able to make like one every 3 days or something. We make like 100 of those a year here. Like those are expensive, labor-intensive things. But and a lot of the standoff missiles, I think, basically expire after a while. I think the rocket fuel goes or whatever goes bad in them.
That's exactly it.
And so, like, keeping a huge amount of them, some massive surplus on the shelf, doesn't make sense economically. But 500 pound bombs, I think you can just stack those in a warehouse and have millions and millions of them. And they're laser guided and GPS guided. So that's all those aren't the $1 million shots that we're firing. And it seems like that's what we're dropping now is bombs because we've got air superiority. I saw the some firsts are happening, right? Because for the first time ever, a nuclear submarine sank another vessel. For the first time since World War II, a nuclear vessel has a submarine has sunk an enemy vessel.
Really?
The Israelis,
It's been that long?
When's the last time we fought anybody who had a boat?
I don't know.
Right.
It was
not the
Iran
only
in the
ones-
80s or something.
Wait, you mean the first time we've done it since World War II?
First time anyone's done it.
Damn.
When's the last time anyone fought anyone who had where one side had boats and the other side had submarines? That's advanced warfare.
I would have thought at some point North Korea would have got wild with it. Like,
but
maybe
it hasn't. So those are all first. That footage of the torpedo going off under that Iranian boat is terrifying. It creates apparently this air bubble underneath the keel, throws the whole vessel out of the water, breaks its back, and then the thing sinks quickly. There were 150, 175 sailors on that thing. Last I heard, they'd saved 30.
How far away was the shot taken from? Like, how far away did we engage?
That torpedo has a maximum range of like 14 miles. But from the periscope footage, they looked considerably closer than that. Like, it's hard to tell because of magnification, obviously, but they were filling up the scope. You know, the vessel was filling up the scope. It seemed like they were close, like hundreds of meters is what it appeared.
So does that mean our subs are like truly undetectable? Because there's no way Iran wouldn't have some sort of.
Oh, they have nothing.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to detect our subs. No. You would need sub-detecting aircraft dropping sonar buoys. You would need and the entire infrastructure that supports that, like we do. Like we have that. Maybe China does. I don't know. But like nobody's detecting our sub. The Iranians were not going to detect that sub. Also, they were leaving some sort of military conference. They weren't like. They were in like the Indian Ocean or something like that. They were leaving India, I think. I think they had the head of their navy catching a ride home on that thing. Like their admiral was on the boat. Like the head of the Iranian Navy was on that boat.
And this was after we had like destroyed the rest of their navy.
He was kind of out of a job anyway.
They waited to the moment it was out of Indian waters, Indian territorial waters, and it was technically in international waters, but still in the rescue zone for India, and then they sank them. Like they were stalking
that was
them.
their like borderline last ship, and I guess last admiral.
I don't know. They don't have a lot of ships. Last I heard was 20 of their vessels had been sunk. It's hard to tell how big those are. I don't know what a corvette looks like or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know how many men are on various boats and stuff like that. I have no idea. But they've claimed to have sunk the entire Iranian Navy. Iran has about 25 diesel subs, like attack subs. Haven't heard anything about those. I bet there's some cool shit happening right now that we're not hearing about. I bet there's American hunter-killer subs in the Strait of Hormuz stalking diesel subs and fighting them and killing them. I bet that's happening right now.
Maybe.
And the diesel subs would have zero chance whatsoever.
If they turn their engines on. fucking float, boys. Just don't move. Nobody move. Nobody fart.
It's just laying sideways on the bottom. Like we're safe here.
Fish.
I mean, the U.S. military is second to none when it comes to blowing shit up. All the Iraq wars started like this. Syria looked like this. Like it feels like we can break shit with our missiles and our air force. After that, we're not so good anymore, and we're spending $1 billion a day.
Seems it's going to make tax season somehow even more frustrating than it already was.
Right?
It's like, are you serious, man? I really should have done my taxes a month ago, so I wouldn't have to sit there and be like pieces of shit paying for another Middle Eastern war.
I hope that fucking Kuwaiti pilot has to pay for those 3 F-15s he shot down. So it turned out, I thought it was a Patriot missile battery, an anti-air battery. They got confused and shot down our F-15s. It was an F-18 pilot from Kuwait that shot him down.
Oh, damn. I wonder if it was like beyond visual range.
I would imagine so with missiles. I think that someone said that messed up the F-15's like perfect air combat record. It was like 114-0 up until then or something. All of our stuff's like that. That's what I'm talking about with the first. Like for the first time ever, I think an F-35 killed another plane. Like the Israelis shot down. It was called a GAC or a LAC or a MAC. The Iranians had some piece of shit jet I've never even heard of before. And some brave fucking hero of a pilot, some Red Baron of Iran, agreed to go up into the airspace in that piece of shit. And there's an Israeli up there in $150 million killing machine that just blew him up immediately. They have no Air Force anymore. It's just, I'm wondering how many more of those ballistic missiles they have. And they've got so many different kinds. I've been trying to learn about their ballistic missiles. Obviously, they have short range, mid range, and long range. And the long range is like 3,000 kilometers, which extends into not all the way to Italy, but close, and up into Turkey. It covers the entire Gulf region, essentially. And then they have the shorter range stuff that they're shooting at Oman and places like that, and Dubai. And then obviously a ton of those drones. But the missiles are the problem. Those are the ones that go really fucking fast. They just do. Like the V2s back in World War II were also hypersonic weapons, because when you go into space and come back, you're moving faster than speed of sound. And it seems like I sent a video earlier. Let me see if I've still got it somewhere. Yeah, look at this. This is I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, a Karamshar missile with 80 warheads targeting Ben Gurion Airport in Israel. So I don't know what that means exactly. Obviously, like MIRVs are like warheads that have multiple warheads that pop out that can independently target things. That's what we use in our ICBMs. So you shoot one missile up and it's got like 8 individual nukes that all break off in space and come down and hit this city, that city, and the other city just from one missile. They've got some sort of cluster munition ballistic missile here that's just, I mean, that's a lot of warheads coming down. You're not going to intercept that.
Hit the ground. That video doesn't show that.
I was very annoyed. Not only doesn't it show it, it doesn't even let us listen for like the crackle in the distance. You don't even get that.
It looks damn near unstoppable, though.
Well, that was a blue ball video.
Yes. I mean, I just thought seeing the shit go through the air was pretty cool. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like a CWAX or something. It's an acronym. It's that American auto gun anti-air cannon thing that like auto detects and then like shoots a huge. I don't even know what size the munitions are, but they're airburst munitions. So they're going up and they're exploding and then spraying the shrapnel like drones and stuff. The footage of that is so fucking cool. It's like a mega minigun with a brain on it that just detects shit. And then all the bullets are exploding like right on the thing it wants to kill. Are you learning
enough about the lasers now to explain it to us, to fill us in? I've seen little bits about lasers being used.
It's propaganda.
We don't have a laser.
Oh yeah, we have lasers, but there's no footage of them being used. And anytime you see footage of them being used in Israel, it's like, that's not what that is. That's not what that is. That's lens flare, or that's a spotlight, or that's the tail of a rocket going off at an odd angle to you, making it look like a line through the air.
That's a pointer for PowerPoint presentations. Jesus, guys.
We're overdue on lasers.
The U.S. and Israel have laser tech that's really cheap to shoot that takes down drones, but it's got limited range. And I think it's still early. I know that thing that happened at the southern border a few weeks ago involved us using a laser to shoot down a drone, maybe from the cartel. They ended up shutting down that whole fly zone there. It was it was murky on the details. It was hard to figure out exactly what happened. But yeah, there's anti-drone laser tech for sure, but I haven't seen it. I don't know if you see the beam. Oh yeah, they're $5 a shot.
Right. That'd be cool. That's so much better than like $3 million a shot. Oh, so that's
I would wager there's a very strong anti-laser munitions lobby occurring right now. Like, no, don't do this.
So everybody, so that's I've been on like the military and army and combat footage and the war subreddits, and those guys have they're upset about this story that like America uses $4 million interceptors to stop $35,000 drones. They're like, no, we don't. No, we don't. We use $4 million interceptors to shoot down $3 million ballistic missiles. or their cheapest ballistic missiles are $1 million, and their best ones are $3 million, and our interceptors are $4 million. That is a price discrepancy, but it's not 35,000 to 4 million. They don't shoot Patriot interceptors at those and also they're not 35,000. They're 50 to 75,000, and the ones that Iran is selling to Russia, they're selling for $200,000, the same model. Now you could say they're making a profit, but that gives you an idea of the variance and what the potential cost of those Shahad drones are. The ones with the motorcycles on them, motorcycle engines that are shaped like triangles. So we're shooting those down with like that CWAX thing or whatever it's called. We're shooting those down. CWIZ, thank you. I also saw this cool fucking anti-drone drone where the guy had a pistol and mounted on it was a drone with a quadcopter, and it was sort of the quads were like being used like propellers. Rather, it wasn't going to go up; it was going to go forward when you pulled the trigger. And he aims it at a drone, and it goes na 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 na, like it locks on, and he goes zoom, and the thing goes and like flies at like 200 miles an hour and it hits the thing and explodes it instantly. Like it goes up, tracks it, follows it, catches it, and blows it up. And I was like, we need some of those. First of all, I want to shoot those at a person so goddamn bad. Like like it looked like the coolest. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Is that a good ROI?
I bet. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Those things cost hundreds of dollars. You know, those little drones, especially. Those.
So you probably get them on Amazon.
Well, what this guy was using was like it was made to do what it was doing. Obviously, it was locking onto an enemy drone and it was flying up and catching it. But I've seen that type of drone with guys using them to do like there's like competitive drone flying where they fly through courses and do all kinds of wacky stuff. Those guys have some fast twitch a reaction time.
My friend did that. He competed in it and he made it to like the East Coast regionals or something, but he couldn't get to nationals. Drones get fast. I saw one race Max Verstappen on a Formula One course, and Verstappen won, but it was competitive. They go like 220 miles an hour at max speed. And
crazy.
Yeah, the fact that drones and F1 cars are like kind of close. Wow.
And they're only going to get better because as they put more money into like better tech for those drones. I saw Zelensky offering to help in, stopping the Iranian drones. He's like, we're pretty good at this. This is kind of what we do. We've got drone intercepting drones that cost tens of thousands of dollars. Take our shit. And it's like, oh, why didn't we think of that before we started the war? Like, why wasn't that like step one? I feel like sometimes the people planning our wars, like we'd think of things that they hadn't thought of. They clearly didn't think of that because it's like a news story that Zelensky's offering, and Trump's like, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Let's do that. Like, why didn't you think of that last week? They're the people fighting the drone war for the last 4 years. They might know a thing or two. And they've had to do it on a budget. They don't have that unlimited American taxpayer at their beck and call. They had to come up with their own shit and build it in numbers.
It's a bad vibe for Russia. Like the countries all these little countries, like if you're Luxembourg, you warm up to one of the big countries for protection. And the big countries are Russia, China, and America. Well, the ones that cozied up to Russia for protection include Syria, Venezuela, and Iran. Russia's not protecting you at all. Like Russia hasn't done shit for these countries, and they seem absolutely powerless to be able to do anything. So Russia's losing its position on the world stage.